ways for donors to achieve their charitable goals. So we want you to recognize that we're not in competition with you. We're behind the scenes in most cases, even in facilitating East Texas Giving Day. It's more about you and the work that you're doing. That's what attracts the donors. We're just the vehicle, the mechanism to try to make that happen. So we want to try to motivate people and organizations to increase their philanthropy. How can we help you be better? How can we help people in our community be more effective and efficient in their giving? We want to communicate from time to time relevant messages about philanthropy. We're all kind of watching to see what happens in Washington over the next couple of weeks. How will that affect us when we get some final idea of what's going to happen? We'll start rolling that kind of information out to you and others to say, here's our take on tax reform and what that means for charitable giving, those types of things. And then we want to provide a very easy platform to promote giving in East Texas. So East Texas Giving Day is that platform to help promote charitable giving in East Texas. What do we do for donors specifically? We help donors by offering those different types of funds I explained. We try to keep the cost low. We're a nonprofit organization, so there's no shareholders, there's no commissions or anything like that in our organization. Keep the cost as low as possible, keep it simple and flexible for donors to use, and then provide some education for them as well. What can we do to help improve what they know about you? And Giving Day and the website, the information that you put on that website is one way that helps donors learn more about your work and how you do your work and who you serve in your communities. And I think we've got a video here. This is where I got to do a little shifting around. Hang on a second. Giving Day is an online event that encourages our local nonprofits to get involved in social media fundraising, to encourage their current supporters to make a contribution. You got okay? This year we raised nearly $500,000, $498,000 in 18 hours.
Most of the time in East Texas, we don't go and tell all of our friends, hey, I'm a supporter of A charity or B charity. Whenever that you give on East Texas Giving Day, after you've completed your online gift, you go to your social media channel of choice and tell your friends, hey, I just did this.
Between 25 and 35% of donors identify themselves as new donors. So that alone may be a good enough reason for nonprofits to participate.
The great thing about East Texas Giving Day is you don't have to be the $1 million donor. You can have a simple gift of $20, but whenever it's all leveraged together, then that's what's going to help make the impact for our local charities.
Any public charity can participate in East Texas Giving Day. So that would include anybody that has their public charity IRS determination letter, a 501c3 public charity, also cities, government entities, and religious organizations.
So it's kind of a fun way to jab against each other. Hey, I'm raising this much. How much did you raise? My board's all in. Is your board in?
East Texas Giving Day is an opportunity for all of our nonprofits to kind of hold hands and stick together, and let's venture into this social media fundraising opportunity and see what it can produce for us.
Prescheduled giving happens 2 weeks prior to East Texas Giving Day and allows you the opportunity to help your favorite nonprofit at a chance to win a $1,000 prize.
Our next Giving Day is April 24th, 2018. It'll be from 6 a.m. to midnight. There we go. So a few scenes from last year. What do we do next? It's a regional online event, as you just heard. Tuesday, April the 24th, 6 a.m. to midnight, allows everyone to be a philanthropist. At least if you can come up with $20, I think that's the minimum. So we do have a few people that say that's not fair, but it's credit cards and all that stuff. So $20 is the minimum. If somebody wants to give you $1, take it, thank them. But this is online type giving. It helps build communities all over East Texas. Why would you want to participate in East Texas Giving Day? Again, it engages your donors, your volunteers, and board members in this type of giving. Combines the power of storytelling, how do you get your message across, just like you do on a daily basis, and this technology, this platform that builds excitement around that day to promote your mission. Celebrates donors and area nonprofits as our entire region comes together to give. So I don't know how you participated in Giving Tuesday. Show of hands. Anybody participate in Giving Tuesday? It's just not quite catching on yet. It's hard to do that alone. So East Texas Giving Day, we try to kind of counteract that and say we're all in this together, working real hard on this one particular time, and hopefully it's more beneficial, and hopefully people actually have some money in April as opposed to after Black Friday. I know we were broke, weren't able to give, but people do give at the end of the year, so I see the reason for that. Hopefully some of you leverage what you learned through East Texas Giving Day and some of your other social media experiences to have a decent day on Giving Tuesday. What should you expect, or what's the last thing? It's a low-cost way to entertain new donors. So $100 gets you in the game for this, plus the effort that you put in. What should you expect from East Texas Giving Day? What it is and what it isn't. So what it is, it's an exciting, unifying community event. If you're the only one in your community doing that, we need to get you some help. You shouldn't be the only one in your community doing this. It should be at least several organizations in your community. It's hard to do this by yourself. It's hard to build that momentum and get an audience and attention on it. It's an opportunity to engage your base and attract new donors. And it's a way to connect existing donors to use these online donation forms. You may find that over time there's ways that many of your folks would prefer to give online, and it may reduce some of your mailing costs and things like that. So it's just another way to give. It shouldn't substitute everything that you're doing, but it is another effective way to give. What it is not a quick fundraising fix or a magic bullet. If you're sinking in April, don't put everything on East Texas Giving Day to save your organization. It is just a part of your fundraising strategy. It is not something that requires little or no marketing attention. We're going to be spending thousands and thousands of dollars to promote this throughout the region, and you probably have things that you need to do, put on your list of how you want to market to your specific donors to make it effective as well. It is also not a social media strategy in and of itself. It's a piece of your social media strategy. It's probably not the only thing. It may be the first thing that you do, but it shouldn't be the last thing you do throughout the year to promote your organization, what you're doing. So what did we do last year? Aside from what we shared on the video, $498,000 raised last year, which is a little above what we did the year before. We had fewer folks participating, but we had better results and at least a full day of technology support to run the event. 29% of donors indicated they're first-time donors. Again, this number is big. I hope that's the number that you saw or something better. That's the average. So we feel like that's good. How else are you going to find those people and try to get them connected with your organization? So we like that number. 177 different organizations participated last year. That was down from the first year. In a lot of cases, some of the first year people got burned on the technology, and a number of those organizations didn't need to be doing social media fundraising in 2016 anyway. Maybe they've improved their fundraising strategy again. You can't completely convince people that it's not the only thing they should be doing. So it's part of the mix. So a number of folks dropped out. We hope to get some of them back this year and keep the momentum building. We're continuing to see that across the nation. These things continue to grow. North Texas Giving Day set the national record again last September with $39 million raised in 18 hours. It was 37 million last year. It's 39 million this year. We're kind of watching them to see when this thing kind of peaks and starts heading in another direction, and it's not. It continues to go up, and that is all Claire Hodges' fault. Where is Claire? Claire was at CFT doing that, and we're glad she's in East Texas now to help us figure it out. 32 counties were involved. We received gifts from 26 states and 2 foreign countries last year, or 2 countries, U.S. and Canada. U.S. and Canada, 8. 172 was the average size of the gift. 48% of donors covered their fees, so we offered that opportunity. That was one of the great pieces of advice I got from Claire's boss at Communities Foundation of Texas. Let the donors pay for this, because the Community Foundation does not have the funds to do that. So 48% of the donors actually elected to pay that fee. So they gave you, say they were going to give you $100, they gave $105 instead, and that $5 went to pay for the technology and the credit card processing. That's a win-win for all of us. Keeps all of our costs to fundraise low. 118,000 was raised in matching dollars. So we've got some incentives on matching this year. 45 different charities had matching funds out of 177. We'll have some more trainings specifically on matching. That's proven to be a good method that a number of organizations use, so we'll talk some more about that later, and we encourage you to do that if it fits. Some years it may fit for you to do match. It may be possible. You may have other stuff going on in different years, and you don't always do a match, but statistics show that it's useful. Who got the money on East Texas Giving Day? Those human service charities taking care of our fellow man won again. 182,000 raised for those types of organizations. 111,000 raised by 39 different education organizations. 56,000 by the healthcare organizations. 49,000 by youth programs, youth development programs. 38,000 to arts and culture. 28,000 to animal charities, all going to the dogs, Gail. And 21,000 raised for community improvement type things, and still only $200 to the environment. I don't know. East Texas is really pretty. Why is there not any more spent on the environment? I don't know. But that's what the breakdown was this last year. All right. Who were the winners on Giving Day? The most money raised was Promise Academy again this year, $31,485. $15,000 of that was their matching fund. Overall average gift size was $449. It stinks losing your vision. Mentoring Alliance was next, $26,000 raised by Mentoring Alliance. $10,000 of that was match, and their average gift was about $925. And then number 3 was the Salvation Army here in Tyler. Busy folks this time of year, $23,000 raised. They didn't have a matching fund either, and still raised $23,000. Their average gift was $1,200. So people like what's going on at the Salvation Army and supported them through Giving Day. The big winners, more big winners, the most first-time donors went to East Texas Youth Orchestra. They got 22 new donors. So compared to what they had to begin with, hopefully that's a positive number for them. The most unique donors went to the Humane Society and Pets for People. 77 different people gave to their organization on Giving Day. And Claire, I'm sure, is just scoffing at us at these small numbers, but this is East Texas. These are good numbers for us. What's new for East Texas Giving Day for 2018? Here's what we've got. Again, same thing. Have to be a public charity to participate in this. So your 501c3 letter, or a branch of government, or a religious organization, or a school. Yeah. So we vet that. If you're a returning nonprofit, we'll check to make sure that you still meet that criteria. If you're a new nonprofit, that's the first thing we check. Do you meet that criteria? So if you're wondering, fill out the inquiry, and we'll check and see if you fit what we can do. Pay that registration fee. The registration fee is used to promote the event regionally. Again, we spent about $15,000, $17,000 last year on that. Spent a little more than that, had a little more than that to spend the year before, but it'll still be in that type of range, $15,000 to $20,000 in promotion for this one event. Here's the shtick. Before February 1st at 5 p.m., the registration fee is $100. So after then, the registration fee goes up to $125. So that's an incentive for you. It helps us to know by February 1st who's going to play, because that helps us kind of set our marketing budget and figure out where the pockets of people are. 32 counties. If there's a county out there with no nonprofit participating, then we don't need to spend radio and advertising dollars in that area. So we want to know who's in, so that we can focus our media buys to the areas where there are people participating. Nonprofit has to be located or serve people in one of those 32 county areas, 32 counties in our service area. All right, returning nonprofits from 2017. You have until March the 7th to pay your registration fee. Again, there'll be some incentives to do it by February 1st, but you have until March the 7th. And you're going to receive an email invitation to update your profile. So you're already in the system. You'll get an email to that same address. If that person's not there, if it was specific to a person, you know that email address has changed. Be looking for that at their old account, or give Holly a call and give us your new information, because that's going to go out automatically. The profiles cannot be edited after March the 29th, so that's another key date. After the 29th, the system locks us all out, because then they're gearing up for prescheduled giving that starts within a couple of weeks of that. So March 29th is a lockout date for us to make final edits. On the home page, it looks like this. So the little login tab, the button is up on the far right side. You click on that and log in using your login from last year to get the process started if you're a returning nonprofit. If you're a new nonprofit, if you did not participate last year, then you have to initiate registration online at East Texas Giving Day by February the 7th. So in order to play, you've got to do your initial inquiry by February 7th. It's a real simple few questions that we then go use and verify your public charity status. Once you're approved to participate, then you've got until March 7th to get your website all together. And you're going to receive an email after you do this initial inquiry at that site. Then you'll receive an email that says, hey, you're approved. We've checked you're still in good standing with the IRS and a public charity that can participate. Profiles can't be edited after March 29th. Again, same thing with the new charities. March 29th locks us all out, old, new, or otherwise. On the home page, click on the login button after you get that email, and you'll be able to log in and start working on your profile at that point. So that's the new folks. New nonprofits and those that did not participate in 2017, this is what it looks like. So on East Texas Giving Day website, where you would have your login, you just click this button down here that says, I want to inquire to participate in Giving Day. And that will initiate that, because you won't have a password or any kind of login yet. So you click that button and it will direct you to those few questions, and then part of those questions are, what's your email, and we'll start sending you login information. Does that make sense? Simple button to push at etexasgivingday.org. Oh, and it's circled there too, I would just click. Okay, so registration opens today. So prior to today, you've not been able to do this, but as of today, when you leave here, it should be up and running. There's a video on how to complete your profile. It's available at etexasgivingday.org under the resources tab. So you can watch that if you're having any problems doing that. If it doesn't make sense, call Holly, but it should be explained well. If it's not intuitive, then watch the video. If that's the help, then call Holly. There are some early bird perks this year. This is a new feature. So we want you to sign up by February the 1st to take advantage of several perks. You got extra yard signs that might be available. We try to get 3 to every organization, but we've got some extras. So if you sign up early, we want to get some more signs in your hands so you can use those. And then there's some Giving Day t-shirts, I think they're still available. A few of those while our supplies last on t-shirts. And then you get the registration fee of $100. Again, so that's the carrot. We would like you to sign up by February the 1st, but here's the stick. If you don't, it goes to $125. So you're welcome to wait as late as you want to try to sign up till March the 7th, I think is the cutoff for sign-ups. But we would really like to know by February 1st. It helps us get our planning and marketing together. What's in store for 2018? Civicorps going to continue to be our Giving Day partner. They are working real hard on that. Go back?
Go back.
Go back.
Because the big carrot is that if they register by February 1st,
sorry,
you may be in a raffle to win a $250 prize that you can use in your marketing and everything else for East Texas Giving Day.
skip that. So part of our unrestricted dollars at use there, that's the first prize you could win towards Giving Day. But you have to be one of these early bird registrants to be in that drawing for the 250.
And there's only one.
Yeah.
One winner.
Yeah. All right, so Civicorps is going to be our partner again this year. Civicorps is doing a great job trying to understand what people are doing with Giving Days and how to be responsive to them. We had a couple of days at their headquarters in Denver over the summer where many other communities were coming together and sharing what's working for them and what's not working. So Civicorps is committed to serving this area well and certainly committed to making sure that the technology is always working for us, and they've done a good job with that with us and many other communities. Again, Tuesday, April 24th is the new date. So I don't think the signs worked from last year. I think you have to throw the toppers away, save them for some other year. Prescheduled giving opens on April the 9th of this year, so but that's another key date to stick in your calendar. That's when people can actually start giving to your organization. What happens is they actually, on the 9th, because the credit card's not being run that day, and they're being charged that day, they have to log in and set it up. So they're basically authorizing Civicorps to run their card in a couple of weeks on Giving Day. They're not taking the money that day. So it's a little bit more cumbersome than giving on Giving Day, but it's still available. I think last year when we were at CBS that morning, right before the kickoff, we were at about $65,000, I think, right before Giving Day. So that gives you an idea, a way that you can check and see who's giving during this pre-scheduled giving, so you can check your board, make sure they're supporting, and anybody else that you know needs to be doing that to encourage giving, to know that the site's working and you're actually going to receive money that day. You should have, every one of you should have your $100 back on pre-scheduled giving. So don't go into Giving Day wondering, am I going to make my $100 back? You got 2 weeks to make sure that happens at least. Donors can search by name, city, zip, and category again this year. The nonprofit profile pages, you got 3 different pages you can put together there with information about your organization, some general information, some mission type information, some program information, and then a calendar of events. If you've got other events going on, be sure and use those. That page is live throughout the year. So you don't just have to put the things that are happening in April and May on there. If you've got a year's calendar of activities, put it all out there, because it's a static page that people can continue to go back and reference, and the search capabilities continue to function throughout the year. So if somebody at any time is looking for an animal charity or a food pantry or something like that, they can find you year round on that. You have the ability to update this site again this year, or if you're new this year, with videos and photos on your profile page. And there's other ways to customize your page. So this is what the All Saints page looks like. You can set the gift amount, so you can make the gifts describe something about your organization that's relevant to you. So that's way too small print, but that's what All Saints did with some of theirs, the descriptor. If you've got a mailing you send out that has those types of descriptors on it, You can use those same kind of dollar amounts. What does $100 do for your organization? It takes $320 to do this at your organization. It takes $780 to do this other thing, provide services for a month or a year, or that type of thing. So you can customize those items, set that gift amount right there. The default gift amount is $50. We learned that trick early on in giving days. Don't default to $20. It defaults to $50. So whatever your $50 gift is, that ironically ends up being the most common gift a lot of people get. So at $50, what is the thing your organization can do for $50? Because that's where it's going to default if they don't select something else. What's the donation process? All donations have to go through that EastTexasGivingDay.org. It's the only way to show up on the leaderboard and keep track of things throughout the day. So again, if there's somebody that comes up to you and hands you a check, take it, thank them for that, but it's not going into the website and the leaderboard. We can't get it in there. It's a online event. So I want you to encourage online giving, but don't discourage non-online giving, but don't encourage non-online giving either, because the event tracks what happens online for us that day, and it does all the receipts for us as well. So if it doesn't go through the website, the person doesn't get a receipt unless you do something about it. The leaderboard provides the real-time tracking of gifts and operations by organization, by number of gifts and dollars raised. The website provides PCI level 1 security. So that was another big thing that Civicor does for us. That 3% that we paid for them helps us do all this gamification and the tracking and all that kind of thing, and it's also the security that we need in place to protect our donors and what happens that day. The charities receive approximately 94 to 95% of each dollar raised. The technology fees 3%, and credit card fees are around 2 to 2.5%. Smallest donation size is 20. We covered that a little earlier. Let's see what else. The gift acknowledgement is sent via email, so we encourage you to do additional acknowledgement, but you don't have to receipt them. All you need to do is thank them if you want to make that additional contact and continue to foster that relationship with that donor. But they're going to get IRS approved ugly language, goods and services and all that boring stuff. They'll get that automatically from the email. Charities can view and acknowledge donors during and after the event. So you can see this happening live. Go on and download a list of donors throughout the day and thank them. I mean, that's some of the most effective contributions and developing that longer term relationship is getting on the phone immediately and thanking those folks, or sending an email out to them saying, thanks, we saw you made a gift. Because you'll have access to all that information. The prize challenges are a way to generate more dollars and create more excitement from the event, as opposed to this is not very exciting today at all. On Giving Day, the prize dollars will help grow that. Some examples are the early bird, the organization that receives the first donation of the day. Can't remember who got that one last year. If you're in the room, did you get that one last year? Can't remember. All right. Early bird, power hours throughout the day, the night owl, most unique donors during a certain period of the day, or that type of thing. Minute to win it, who raises the most in a 30-minute period of time, those kinds of things throughout the day. The prize amounts are going to range from $100 to $1,000 throughout that day. So, and we won't announce those until a few days before Giving Day. So you can't put a massive strategy together to wipe people out on that. But you'll have a few days to see that and try to put some level of strategy together if you want your board to target a specific gift or specific activity that day. Prescheduled Gifts, April 9th. You can log on and make your gifts prior to that day. It's a great opportunity to get your board support in advance and buy-in from your donors. If your board's doing it, if they will give on pre-scheduled giving, then they're more likely to track what's going on throughout the event on Giving Day. Same thing with all your other donors too. And it also and makes it so if somebody's got a conflict on giving day can still participate and be counted. It can be promoted as give two ways, give now and give later, or give now if you can't give later. The nonprofit with the most money raised in pre-scheduled donations will get a $1,000 bonus prize. So that's another part of our unrestricted dollars. So if you're the one that's most effective at that, A, you will raise money at doing that, and B, we'll give you more money because you were effective at raising money that way. So do the pre-scheduled giving. Encourage your donors to participate. Matching funds is another thing that has proven very successful over the years. One of the pieces of advice I got from my good friend at Communities Foundation of Texas was be careful how you do the matching funds. So we feel like we've done matching funds in a really good way that allows you to have control over your matching funds instead of relying on us to raise dollars in competition with you. So here's how the matching funds work here. Organizations are encouraged to raise their own matching dollars. So you might select a donor that typically makes a significant donation and encourage them to allow you to leverage that gift for a Giving Day match. Spread the word. If you have a matching gift, tell people that you've got a matching gift and their dollar is going to be doubled or whatever that day. Share that info with others. That has proven to be effective as well. When people look through the list of organizations, it's going to be in that list that they see on the leaderboards who's got a match and how many dollars are left in their match. So people could specifically pick an organization because they know it's going to be matched. So you want to be counted among those if you can. The nonprofits that raise a minimum of $3,000 in matching money. So before the event, if you've got a commitment of $3,000 or more in matching dollars, we're going to put those names into the hopper, and that group is somebody's going to be drawn out of that for another $1,000 bonus. So I don't know if you pick up on this, but we're trying to incentivize folks in proper directions here. Matching is one of those. We think it'll be beneficial for you, so we're hanging a carrot out there for you as well to do matching dollars. You must have that commitment from the donor and be entered by March the 29th. So that's not something you can do day of. It's got to be done before we all get locked out. Yes, Gail?
On the matching funds, do they enter the money through the Giving Day process?
Yeah,
Or does the organization enter the commitment?
The organization will enter the commitment. So when you log on and build your profile, that's going to be one of the questions. Do you have any matching dollars? And if so, how much? And it's not going to, so the leaderboard's not going to start, let's say you've got $1,000 in match. The leaderboard, when it cranks up on the day of the event, it's going to say there's $1,000 match there. Your leaderboard total is going to be $0. But you've got $1,000 match there. So the first $100 that comes in, the leaderboard is going to show that your match goes down to 900, and now your leaderboard total is 200. Because 100 of that match is claimed, and then a $100 gift was actually given. So it's going to be kind of a declining balance throughout the day in matching dollars. Yes, ma'am?
Does each individual that's offering matching funds need to be listed individually?
No. There'll just be there's just a blank on the form to say how much is your matching dollars. But you can promote that on social media. If you want to use that and say, hey, we've got these 5 people that each put up $1,000 to create our $5,000 match, cheers to them. We want to thank them for that matching support. So you can do that via social media. Won't be a place on this to indicate that. Another thing about matching funds. Matching funds are going to be shown on that profile page, like I said, and they're going to be reduced dollar for dollar as those gifts come in. This is what it looks like on a typical page. You're not never going to see that on that computer. All right, so here's your dollars raised and unique donors. It's got a $1,257 match pool left, so it shows that there's money, and when you donate, that money will go down. And then there's a listing too. I saw it the other day and summoned through one of the other giving days I think that was taking place. Either that or it was an example you showed me, where there's a list on a leaderboard. So it's going to show up on there too. So you don't have to dig very far see what organizations have a match. So hopefully that will entice donors. If they're looking at the leaderboard, they're going to be able to see who's going to help my dollar go farthest if I want to participate in this. Matches, show on the leaderboard and reduce dollar for dollar as the gifts come in. There's where it was. It was when we talked about this the other day. Gosh, time flies. All right, so there's the little column where you can see it in the leaderboard. Again, benefits. Why would you want to participate in this? What's in it for you? It helps you capitalize on a moment in time. It's one day, it's 18 hours, it's not on the long 30-day marathon event. It's one day that focuses energy and momentum to charitable giving throughout our region, and we want you to be beneficiaries of that. It helps you reach younger donors. There's still a segment of donors that this type of giving appeals to them when it doesn't necessarily appeal to other donors. So, one of the things we found, there are a lot of older donors that use this, but not all of them. I mean, there's some people that would never go do this kind of thing. But younger people are just more involved and engaged in social media. So if there's a buzz going around your community on Giving Day, we want them to see something about Giving Day happening. Hopefully they get it from multiple friends supporting multiple organizations, and that's what kind of builds the energy. It helps level the playing field too. No matter what size organization you are, hopefully you got a $100 budget you can put into participating in Giving Day and put some time and effort into it, learn a little bit about some of the tools and techniques you can use, and leverage it into a positive day for your organization. Everybody describes a positive fundraising event a little bit differently. And hopefully it will meet your definition of what positive fundraising is for your group. And again, helping you acquire new donors. We've just seen that time and time again. It continues to be the norm, even in Dallas, with that many people participating every year, and that many years of activity doing Giving Days. They're still seeing very high, very strong numbers in new donors. So we think that's positive for you. So now what do? You have to decide. I can't decide for you. I can give you the information, but I can't make the decision for you. But we want you to think about, is this a good fit for your organization? Then get your board on board and committed to it. Let them know you're starting to have meetings to plan and prepare for East Texas Giving Day, and this is what you're thinking about, or this is what it's looking like for your organization. If you're a first-time Giving Day nonprofit, again, the key date for you is you need to register by February 7th. Remember, if you register by February 7th, it's going to cost you $125 instead of $100. But up through February 1st, you get the cheaper rate. But a new person has got to inquire initially by February the 7th. Otherwise, then you're going to be locked out. So if you're new, your drop dead date is February 7th if you want to participate this year. The final day for everybody, new and old, to complete their registration is March the 7th. So to get your fee paid and determine that you're going to participate, the very final day is March the 7th. And then create your strategy after that. What, when, how, who, what are you going to do to promote East Texas Giving Day for your organization? If you're having an event, let us know. We're not promoting specific events. We're not putting on an event, but if you're having an event, let us know, and we'll put it on that on our events calendar. So and put it in our media press releases and things like that. If you're doing something in a particular community or particular area, we want to let the media know that you're doing that as well. And then promote your participation through all available channels. So this isn't just to be promoted by social media. That's why we start talking about it in December. You may have a newsletter coming out sometime in the first of the year, or maybe even a couple before April. You have other mailings that are going out, annual reports or things like that, other meetings or events that are taking place. Promote Giving Day through all those channels, including shoe polish if necessary. And like ETCF on Facebook, and that will allow you to get more updates about Giving Day. Holly will pre-schedule a lot of things. In fact, a number of number of things that we promote, you can just share from our page. So just general things about East Texas Giving Day, how many days are left, countdown, or how many organizations participating, things like that. You can just you can get that by looking at our Facebook page and then share it on your own Facebook page and not have to create a whole lot of stuff on your own. Here's some more seminars and webinars that are taking place. Onboarding, that's a video that's available now, so you can download that and take a look at that. The Giving Day board training, this is something we're doing new. So if you and your friends and your staff colleagues have been doing Giving Day and you just don't think your board's quite getting it yet, or maybe you got some new board members and you'd like them to get a little more engaged, we're going to do a program similar to this for boards that addresses the issues with them and tries to explain to them why this is a good thing. So if you need to invite somebody, if you want to invite somebody to that, or if you need to invite somebody to that, that's what that event is for, to let them fire questions. So if they're peppering you with questions about what's this Giving Day and who are these people that are doing this, invite them to come with you and we'll take the questions ourselves. We can handle the flaming arrows they might throw at us. What's in it for you? Are you on commission? You know, we can handle all those kinds of things. The Matching Funds Seminar is coming up Thursday, February the 15th. That's a morning event. Social Media 101 on the 27th. The Art of Storytelling on March the 6th. And then Donation Basics video is going to be online. We're going to do the event on April the 3rd, and then it's going to be online then as well. Or no, it's all online.
Yeah.
All online, sorry. Register for any of these seminars at our website at etcf.org. So at etcf.org, there is a link to Giving Day activities as well. So you can register for these seminars, which means Civicor is not handling the registration for the seminars. Civicor is handling updating your website and preparing for Giving Day. These seminars are locally sponsored, so you'll find them on our website.
Will those seminars be videoed for those who
Yes.
have a conflict?
Yes.
And then we find them through ETCF?
Yeah, they'll be on that
available
same
on the-
resource page.
They'll be available on the resource page. And the registrations for these events, the seminar signups, those will actually launch tomorrow. So don't go home and get too excited. I'll hook you up tomorrow.
Yeah. Other important dates. So again, the key dates for you getting ready. Registration opens today. The early bird perks is to pay and be registered by February the 1st. That's the $100 cutoff date, February 1st. If you're a new nonprofit, your last day to even inquire about registering for this year is February the 7th. And then nonprofit registration in total ends. We're not taking any new nonprofits after, or any returning nonprofits after March the 7th. And then you've still got another couple of weeks there till March the 29th to continue to update your profile. But after the 29th, we all get locked out of the system, and it's prepared on Civicor's side to go live for prescheduled giving on the 9th, and then Giving Day itself starting at 6 a.m. on the 24th. So there's the outline of what's happening for 2018. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Can I send my board to the social media 101 thing?
Yes. Yeah, you can invite anybody you want to come to Social Media 101. I think that's a good idea. Teach them a few simple things about how to post or repost or like or that type of thing. Other questions?
He's got one.
Yes, sir.
How do we obtain the ETCF Giving Day logo for use on our social?
It's on that resource
It's on the
page as well.
resources page of easttexasgivingday.org.
Already there, yeah.
If you
Already
need
there.
it in a different, right now it's just a JPEG up there, but if you need it in a different form, whether it be a TIFF or a PNG or whatever, just let me know and I'll throw one up there for you.
Okay, so that's the nuts and bolts today, and we'll be around.